Okay, class, we're about to start section 4.7, mixed numbers. All mixed numbers must be changed to improper fractions before you multiply or divide. Change the final answer back to a mixed number. Okay, now, this goes in line with what we talked about in class. Whenever you start off with a mixed number, if your final answer can be a mixed number, you are supposed to make it into a mixed number. So now we had 2 and 1/5 times 3 and 4 sevenths. Now to change this to an improper fraction, we know that our denominators will stay the same. Now to find our numerators, we take this whole number times the denominator plus the numerator. 2 times 5 is 10 plus 1 is 11. And here we would take 3 times 7 is 21 plus 4 is 25. Now we multiply. We could do the prime factorization. We know 11 is prime, and the prime factorization of 25 is 5 and 5. And our denominator, 5 is already prime, and 7 is prime. We have one set of 5s that simplify out, and that leaves us 55 over 7. Now we need to change this back to a mixed number. Now we could take 7 into 55. 7 goes into 55 7 times. And 55 minus 49 will give us 6. So our remainder would be 6. So our final answer goes like this. Our whole number is the number that's in front of your remainder, which is 7. Our denominator stays the same, which is also 7. And our numerator is the remainder, which is 6. So our final answer is 7 and 6/7. Now we go over here to number 2. We follow the same procedure. Change this mixed number to an improper fraction. But we know that we would start off with this being a negative. So it'll be a negative. Our denominator would be 3. 8 times 3 is 24 plus 1 is 25. And that'll be divided by, we can make this 5 over 1. Now we will have negative 25 over 3. Division will become multiplication, and we'll take the reciprocal of the 5 over 1, which is 1 over 5. So now we will have our negative, and we will do the prime factorization of 25, which is 5 and 5. And we don't need to write the 1 since we know 25 times 1 is 25. Now, 3 is prime, and 5 is also prime. These 5's will simplify out, and that will leave you a negative 5/3. Now, we already know that our final answer is going to be negative, but we need to go off to the side and take 3 into 5. 3 goes into 5 once, so we have 5 minus 3, which is 2, and we have a remainder of 2. Now, our lead number here would be negative 1. Our denominator will stay 3, and our numerator is the remainder. So it's a negative 1 2/3. Now, we go to add or subtract mixed numbers. Okay, now we're going to try method 1. To change these to improper fractions, perform the operation and change back to mixed numbers. So, first thing we know is that our denominators will remain the same. So we have 7 for the first, and we have 3 for the second. Now for our numerator, 3 times 7 is 21, plus 5 is 26. Then our second one, 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. Now we need to find the common denominator here. Common denominator is 7 and 3. Both of them are prime, so we just multiply them. 7 times 3 is 21. Now for our numerators, 21 divided by 7, we know it's 3. So we multiply our numerator and denominator by 3. 21 divided by 3 is 7. So we multiply our numerator and denominator by 7. 3 times 26 is actually 78. And we know 3 times 7 is 21. 14 times 7 is 98. And 3 times 7 is 21. Now we add them together. Our denominator stays 21. 78 and 98 will give us 176. Now we look here. Now we could take 21 because this is a larger number here, let's go ahead and divide 21 into 176 to see what our whole number would be. 21 goes into 176. It looks as though it goes 8 times. 8 times 21 is 168. 176 minus 168 is 8. So we have a remainder of 8. So now our final answer, we know 8 will be our whole number. Our denominator would still be 21, and our numerator would be 8, which is the remainder. So this is our final answer. It'll be 8 and 8 over 21. Now we go here to number 2. Now we had 8 minus 3 and 3/4. So what we would need to do here is this here. I will put this 8 over 1 minus 3 and 3/4. We know our denominator here would be 4. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 is 15. Now we look here, we have 1 and 4. We know we would just multiply these two to get our common denominator, which would be 4. Now we know 4 divided by 1 is 4, so we multiply our numerator and denominator by 4. And then here 4 divided by 4 is 1, so we multiply our numerator and denominator by 1. 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 8 is 32. 15 times 1 is 15, and 4 times 1 is 4. Now remember, this is a 4. I know this has a little line with it, but this is actually a 4. Okay, now 32 minus 15 will give us 17, and our denominator will be 4. Now we need to take 4 into 17, which I could go off here to the side. 4 goes into 17 4 times, and we have a remainder of 1. So our final answer here would be 4. Our denominator would remain 4, and our numerator would be 1. So it's 4 and 1/4. Now we go to method 2. It says just work with the mixed numbers. We have 9 and 8/15 minus 2 and 1/3. So this is how we will work with the mixed numbers. We will line them up vertically. We will have 9 and 8/15 minus 2 and 1/3. Now, this is how we would do it. We must first deal with the fractions here. We need to find a common denominator of 15 and 3. Now, we could do the prime factorization of 15 and 3. Now, we have 15, which breaks down to 3 and 5, and we know 3 is already prime. So now we look here, our LCD. Now we know they have one set of 3's that are in common, and you have a 5 left over. So the LCD is actually 15. Now I'm going to give a little space here, but we will bring over our whole numbers, and we know our new denominators is 15. Now we could do it like this. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So we multiply this numerator and denominator by 5. 1 times 5 is 5. 15 divided by 15 is 1. So we multiply our numerator and denominator by 1. And that will give us 8 over 15. 8 over 15 minus 5 over 15 is 3 over 15. And now minus 2 is 7. Now we could simplify this fraction here. Now let's break it down to its prime factorization. But first we always still write the whole number. 3 is prime, and 15 breaks down to 3 times 5. These 3 simplify out, and your final answer would be 7 and 1/5. Now we go over here to number 2. Doing the same method, we have 4 and 2/9 plus 6 and 1/4. Now, of course, we will go over here and we will give ourselves some room. Now, we need to find the common denominator of 9 and 4. Now, I'm going to go up a little bit to give myself some space here. So we do the prime factorization of 9, prime factorization of 4. 9 breaks down to 3 and 3, and 4 breaks down to 2 and 2. So our LCD, since none of them matches up, is 2 2's and 2 3's. So our LCD is 36. So we'll bring over our whole numbers, which is 4 and 6, and our common denominator will be 36. So we'll say 36 divided by 4 is 9. Multiply the numerator and denominator by 9. And 36 divided by 9 is 4. Multiply the numerator and denominator by 4. 1 times 9 is 9, and 4 times 9 is 36. 9 times 4 is 36, and 2 times 4 is 8. Now, we will add these together. 8 nines and 8 over 36 plus 9 over 36 is 17 over 36. And 4 plus 6 is 10. And they have nothing in common, so our final answer is 10, 17 over 36. Now we go here to problem number 3. We had 3 and 5 sevenths plus 4 and 2/3. Now we still have to line this up vertically. So we had 3 and 5 sevenths plus 4 and 2/3. Okay, now we know we're still going to give some room here. Now, we need to find a common denominator of 3 and 7. Now, we know both of these are prime numbers, so we'll multiply them together. 7 times 3 is 21. So we add 3, we bring over our 3 and 4, and we know our denominators will be 21. Now, if we say 21 divided by 3 is 7, so we multiply our numerator and denominator by 7. 21 divided by 7 is 3. We multiply numerator and denominator by 3. Okay, now 3 times 7 is 21, 2 times 7 is 14. 7 times 3 is 21, and 5 times 3 is 15. Now, we add them together. 15 over 21 and 14 over 21 is 29 over 21. And 3 plus 4 is 7. Now, if you notice here, we have an improper fraction. So what we have to do is we need to take this improper fraction. We need to find out what is the whole number that we could get out of this fraction, and add that whole number to this whole number. And then whatever the fraction is, we will leave the fraction the same, which I will show you. So we'll go off to the side and take 21 into 29. 21 goes into 29 once. And we'll be left with a remainder of 8. So now, this is what we would do. We would take this whole number here, which is 1. We'll add it to that 7, which would give us 8. Now, our denominator still would be 21, but our new numerator would be that remainder. So it'll be 8 over 21. Again, whatever this number is, you add it to this whole number. So 1 plus 7 is 8. And then our new fraction, we will have the same denominator, but our new numerator will be whatever that remainder is. Now we go here to number 4. Don't let number 4 fool you. Both of these are negative. So that means you're going to add them together and your final answer is going to be negative. So all we have to do is remember at the end of the problem to write our answer as being negative. So we had 86 and 5/8, and then we could just say plus 49 and 7/10. Now we could give ourselves a little room. Now we need to find the prime factorization of 8 and 10. Now we could go over here, since we're done with this other problem. We could take 8, which breaks down to 2 and 4, and 2 and 2. Okay, that's the prime factorization of 8, 3 2's. Prime factorization of 10, we know is 2 and 5. Now, I basically ran out of space here, so let me do this. Let me write this over here. We know for 8 is 3 2's, and we know for 10 is 2 and 5. We have one set of 2's that match up, so we'll bring down that 1, 2, and then we'll bring down the 2 remaining 2's and the 5. So our LCD here would be 40. So we'll bring over 86, we'll bring over our 49, and we know our denominators are 40, our new denominators. 40 divided by 10 is 4, so we multiply the numerator and denominator by 4. 40 divided by 8 is 5, multiply our numerator and denominator by 5. So this will give us 28 over 40, and this will give us 25 over 40. So now we will add them. 25 over 40 plus 28 over 40 is 53 over 40.